Thank you for joining me, your man Diamond K, and here, of course, the Diamond K Show on Fire-TV Radio on Fire. So Donald Trump and 18 of his allies have been charged in Georgia election meddling as the former president faces his fourth criminal case. 19 were indicted yesterday because of efforts to overturn Trump's massive 2020 election loss. Now, in the state of Georgia, prosecutors are using a statute normally associated with the mob. They are accusing the former president, attorneys, and other aides of a criminal enterprise to keep him in power. The nearly 100-page indictment details dozens of acts by Trump or his allies to undo his defeat, including the, besieging of Georgia's Republican Secretary of State. They're trying to get him to find enough votes. You remember that recording. Find enough votes for him to win the battleground state of Georgia. He harassed election workers who faced false claims of fraud. And there was the attempt to persuade Georgia lawmakers to ignore the will of the voters and appoint a new slate of electoral college electors who are or were favorable to Trump. A lot of issues here. Now you're going to hear Republicans talk about election interference and other kind of foolishness. Donald Trump is running for president because he's trying to stay out of jail, and he thinks that this is going to help him stay out of jail. Donald Trump wasn't entrapped. It's not like Marion Barry when they set him up. No, Donald Trump did these things. And in one very brazen episode, it is outlined that there's a plot that involved one of his attorneys trying to access voting machines in the rural county in Georgia and steal data from a voting machine company. The indictment alleges that rather than abide by Georgia's legal process for election challenges, the defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise that attempted to overturn Georgia's presidential election result, according to Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis. So her office is the one that brought the case. There was a late night news conference in which she laid out many of the facts.
I'm here with the prosecutors and investigators who have worked diligently on the investigation of criminal attempts to interfere in the administration of Georgia's 2020 presidential election. Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment, charging 19 individuals with violations of Georgia law arising from a criminal conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in this state. The indictment includes 41 felony counts and is 97 pages long. Please remember that everyone charged in this bill of indictment is presumed innocent. Specifically, the indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani, John Charles Eastman, Mark Randall Meadows, John Cheeseborough, Jeffrey Clark, Jenna Lynn Ellis, Ray Stallings Smith III, Robert David Cheely, Michael A. Roman, David James Schaefer, Sean Micah Tresher Steele, Stephen Cliffgard Lee, Harrison William Prescott Floyd, Travion C. Cootie, Sydney Catherine Powell, Kathleen Austin Latham, Scott Graham Hall, and Misty Hampton, also known as Emily Misty Hayes. Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act through participation in a criminal enterprise in Fulton County, Georgia, and elsewhere to accomplish the illegal goal of allowing Donald J. Trump to seize the presidential term of office beginning on January 20th, 21.
Other defendants include former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, Trump attorney and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, a Trump administration Justice Department official named Jeffrey Clark, who aided the then president's efforts to undo his election loss in Georgia. Attorneys John Eastman, Sidney Powell, and Kenneth Cheesebro were also charged. Now, Fani Willis said that the defendants would be permitted to voluntarily surrender by noon on August the 25th. She also said that she plans to seek a trial date within 6 months and that she intends to try the defendants collectively. 6 months, I'm not sure about that. I don't see how 6 months she tries this 19 folks in this Georgia election meddling. It's very ambitious for her to try and put out there that she wants to make this happen within 6 months. But I don't see how it happens within 6 months. There are so many problems. I mean, there are problems from the start. Problems from jury selection to a courtroom that is large enough to hold all of this. All right, putting 19 people on trial at the same time is a very difficult assignment for any prosecutor, whether or not one of those defendants is the president, former president of the United States or not. It is difficult. So Trump's trying to reclaim the old office. Now, this racketeering indictment is massive. So it was returned, as I said yesterday, by a grand jury in Atlanta, and it presents a wide range of challenges. The big one is political. Finding jurors who don't have an unshakable opinion about Donald Trump and others in his orbit is going to be difficult. Now, some folks may wonder, why is this happening in this Democratic county, Fulton County? It's happening there because that's where the crimes are alleged to have taken place. So, I mean, beyond that, there's so many defendants, prosecutors, and defense attorneys will try to keep the names and conflicting stories straight for those jurors over the weeks or months to come. There are going to be countless legal details and logistics to argue, to work out, even down to trying to find a courtroom that is big enough to hold everyone. Now, there's a very lengthy litigation ahead. Lawyers for former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows filed a quick motion today to transfer the case from state to federal court. Now, you know why they want to do that. They want to get in federal court because they think that works in their advantage, and it would, in this instance, work to their advantage. They said that all the actions he took were in service of his White House role, foreshadowing an argument that the Constitution makes him immune from prosecution. Now, he is absolutely not immune from prosecution. Trump himself, he tried to do the similar thing in New York to move to the federal court instead of the state case. He tried that with the falsifying business records. That bid was denied. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has brought 10 other state racketeering cases since taking office in January of 2021. As an assistant DA, she used the racketeering law to successfully prosecute Atlanta public school educators in a test cheating scandal. But in one of Willis's current cases involving rapper Young Thug, jury selection began in January and is still going more than 7 months later. So this is an even bigger and unprecedented case. Her office now takes on the challenge of pursuing 13 felony counts against a former president who is fighting 3 other criminal cases and leading the Republican field in the fight for the 2024 presidential nomination. There is a lot to unpack. Several of the defendants on Tuesday accused Willis of playing politics with the indictment. Right? The defendants that committed the alleged crimes are talking about she's playing politics. Y'all did the thing, right? Y'all did it. Now, the RICO case in which rapper Young Thug is a defendant gives some insight into challenges that can arise. Some of the delays in that case have been specific to that trial, transporting defendants housed in different jails to court each day, bringing contraband to court, the arrest of a defense attorney and a courtroom deputy. But jury selection, which began in January, is still going. I mean, and that's in Young Thug's case. Now, this is partially because the trial is expected to last 6 to 9 months, meaning that a lot of prospective jurors have legitimate excuses for saying no. Now, trying a large racketeering case like this one involving Trump tends to be even more challenging for the defense than the prosecution, since defense attorneys have to care to disentangle their clients from other defendants who might be seen as more guilty. There's going to be a whole lot going on. Some defendants may try to be tried separately from former President Trump. So a RICO conspiracy case has many advantages for the prosecution, but it can also be, it's unpredictable. There will undoubtedly be a lot of pre-trial fights. There will be complex legal challenges made to the indictment itself, and that takes time. Georgia is a very strong state on the public's right to access the courtroom, so we are going to see things. That is good. A lot of times we just see drawings where they're going to have cameras in there. One of the options may be to find a non-traditional space like an auditorium or a convention center. That is always something that is possible. Just definitely, we're seeing history in the making, history being made, shall I say. And this is a fascinating case, and we're going to talk more about that. ONFIRE-TV is a news website and a media company founded by myself, Diamond K, in 2012. Now, what we do is made possible by your support. So click the link below to help us out, or head on over to onfire-tv.com/support to make a donation, buy some merch, or to become a VIP member and get exclusive member-only content. Of course, businesses can always sponsor the Diamond K Show or any of the OnFire TV programs. Just contact me, djdiamondk @gmail.com. So a chair swinging man, the one that has really gone viral after that doc melee. Reggie Ray is his name, and he posted bail as his GoFundMe surpassed $250,000. Wow. The Alabama man, authorities claim, used the chair to defend himself and others during the riot, the melee, the confusion that happened. It's interesting that he was able to raise the amount of money that he did. So, you saw him, you've seen the video, and black folks specifically have just been excited for what he did and his defense of a fellow black man in this riverboat. Just a classic thing. Now the now viral altercation in Montgomery. He posted bail, and he's 42 years old. He turned himself in on Friday, and so he turned himself in on Friday, but he is out. This was a disorderly conduct charge. He was released the following morning. His attorney is civil rights attorney Lee Merritt. He represents Ray and at least one other individual that was involved in the brawl. Posted on Instagram about his client's release from jail over the weekend. He said that Mr. Reggie Ray is out and he is in good spirits. He got a speeding ticket on the way home, but he was relieved to discover the community showed up for him and others in such a strong way. So that is a good thing to know. Folks supporting him. Reggie Ray posting bail after raising over $250,000. Wow, that is interesting. The attorney said that Ray had been involuntarily roped into the disorderly conduct initiated by a violent white mob, but would still participate in the investigation. That is something. That amount of money that was raised, shocking. We're gonna get into more stories right after this. My father, Dwight Williams, has been showing folks how to slow down the aging process naturally. This is without drugs, without surgery, without medicine. Now, he is a senior citizen and he looks amazing. His clips have been featured on the Shade Room and other blogs. D's Baby Boomers is the company, and the videos have taken social media by storm. Remember this name, D's Baby Boomers.vip. Now, Dwight Williams is not a doctor, not a dietitian, or even a fitness coach. He is a baby boomer that has made health a priority. Head on over to dsbabyboomers.vip today. That's dsbabyboomers.vip today and check out everything that he has going on over there. So let's take a quick break and we'll be back with more right after this.
Terry T Productions presents White on the Water, the citywide all-white affair at the Baltimore Peninsula, 101 West Cromwell Street, Sunday, August 27th, 5 to 10 p.m. Featuring all the way from South Africa, the Grammy Award winner, Namsibo Sikote, performing her hit song, Jerusalem. Also, Lord Day performing his hit single, Ooh, Work It. Ooh, 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 ooh. Baltimore's hottest DJs will be on the wheel, all hosted by April Watts, Darren Big Saddest Peaks, and Stephen Bell. It's an open bar, y'all. All you can drink until 8 p.m.
Listen, this party is gonna be damn ridiculous.
Tables at just $400. Advance tickets $60. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite, M&K Music Warehouse, Security Mall, Silver Star Restaurant, 801 Bonaparte Avenue, Marshall's Music, 1946 West Pratt Street. For more info and table reservations, call 1966. It's White on the Water, the citywide, all-white affair, featuring all the way from South Africa, the Grammy Award winner, Namsibo Ricote, performing her hit song, Jerusalem. This is another Terry T production. You already know it's gonna be lit.
What's up, Baltimore? This your guy, legendary DJ Terry T. Thank you for your continued support.
What's going on? It's your man Diamond K. We are back. The Diamond K Show on Fire-TV, radio on fire. So much going on. Now, in Timonium, which is, in the Baltimore metro area, at a Sky Zone, there was a shooting. A suspect. He has been held without bond. The man has been charged with first-degree murder in the killing of a man at this Baltimore County trampoline park. He remains behind bars. Quentin Walker, 30 years old, was charged with murdering his ex-wife's boyfriend over the weekend at this trampoline park called Sky Zone. Now, he was allegedly there to see his daughter. Charging documents revealed that there was an altercation between Walker and Marcus Whitehead, 32 years old. Police found Whitehead at the park, shot multiple times. He was taken to shock trauma, where he later died. Now, after the shooting, Walker appeared to have called 911 to turn himself in. Officers tracked his phone and the call location. Anne Arundel County Police soon found and arrested him. Walker was allegedly inside a U-Haul truck with a Glock handgun. Whitehead's girlfriend told police that the two exchanged words before Walker shot Whitehead several times. I mean, sad situation. I'm very, very saddened that this took place, and I'm especially disappointed it occurred at a location where all of these children were. Walker told police that he lives in Colorado and flew to Maryland to see his child. He said Whitehead was, quote, staring at him and threatened to slap him, according to documents. He then moved toward Walker, who shot him with every round in his gun. Yeah, so his next court appearance is set for September the 8th. Walker will be held at the Baltimore County Detention Center without bond. Police have asked anyone with information to call them at 410-307-2020. Wow. Very sad incident there. The loss of life. The loss of life. Make sure you follow the Diamond K Show on our Facebook page. Click that icon bell to get notified when we go live. The Diamond K Show is an ONFIRE-TV production. You can get the show on demand. Check out the WRF Radio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, of course, youtube.com/djdiamondk. Now, a squeegee worker was killed and another injured in a North Baltimore shooting. Baltimore police said that one person was killed and another injured in a shooting in North Baltimore over the weekend on Friday. Today, police have identified the victim as Antonio Lee, 19 years old. Both victims were working as squeegee workers at the time of the shooting. Police said that officers responded to the 1800 block of 33rd Street around 4:40 p.m. to investigate a shot spotter alert. Now, when they arrived, they found a man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the body. The man was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Later, a second 19-year-old male walked into a hospital seeking treatment for non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. He told investigators that he was shot at the same location. Anyone with information is asked to call Baltimore City 410-396-2100. ONFIRE-TV is an advertiser-support audio and video network. Get breaking news, podcasts, and TV shows covering topics that are important to our culture. Head on over to ONFIRE-TV.com. ONFIRE-TV.com. Let's do that. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the show after this.
Discovered that the house where the explosion occurred was having hot water tank issues. The tank was located in the basement of the home. The blast caused so much destruction to this neighborhood. There's still debris scattered in people's yards this morning. Saturday morning took a terrifying turn as the home on Rustic Ridge Drive exploded and the two neighboring homes burnt to the ground. About a dozen more houses were damaged. 4 adults and 1 child lost their lives. 3 people were injured, one of which remains in the hospital. The Allegheny County Fire Marshal's office says it will investigate the water tank issues with any and all other possibilities to figure out what went wrong here. Allegheny County officials say it could take months or even years to figure that out. This incident raises concerns about water tank safety. What are the signs your water heater is about to explode? If the pressure relief valve is leaking or if it's worn out or repeatedly being replaced, if you detect a sulfur rotten egg type smell near the water heater, then turn the gas off immediately.
A sad situation as it relates to the reasoning behind the Pennsylvania home explosion that took place. If you remember, we talked about it, and it was an explosion that left 5 dead. And sadly, it included a father and son that were walking near the home. According to documents, a fire marshal has revealed the incident was due to this hot water tank issue. The fire marshal's office claims that it can confirm that it is aware that the homeowners of the dwelling were having a hot water tank issue before the blast occurred. The tank was reportedly located in the basement of the home. Furthermore, officials are now reportedly investigating that information along with any and all other possibilities during the process that may explain what occurred. The Plum City Mayor, Harry Shiegel, has revealed that the 3 remaining victims that could not be identified initially have been named. These victims include Heather Oravitz, 51 years old, Michael Thomas, 57 years old, and Kevin Sabuna, 55 years old. Whether it is a hot water heater, whether it's a gas line explosion, it was a very, very serious explosion caught on Ring cameras and just shaking the whole neighborhood. It was something like, the way the explosion hit, the sound of it is just something that you do not, I'm sure, forget hearing.
It ain't a real brunch unless it's iconic. Every Sunday, Belize Rooftop presents
Brunch on Sunday.
Brunch in Belize, featuring the L Show from 12 to 5. The best food, the best vibes, and the best view in the city. The Belize Rooftop Brunch with music by Super DJ Big L.
That's right, your boy Super DJ Big L. Brunch at Belize. You ain't never experienced brunch like this with the L Show. See you soon.
Get ready for Brunch at Belize Rooftop, featuring the L Show, each and every Sunday, 316 Guilford Ave. Doors open at 12 noon to 5 p.m. Music by Super DJ Big L. Come out and enjoy plump shrimp and grits and our signature chicken and waffles, home fries to die for, and $25 crafts of mimosas. For tickets and cabana reservations, go to brunchandbelize.eventbrite.com or call 667-256-5025. Island Vibes, no passport needed.
Welcome back. If you have not had a chance to check out the Belize Rooftop, you definitely need to do that. It's the perfect weather for that type of demonstration. You may have Diamond K in here, of course, the Diamond K Show on Fire-TV Radio on Fire. The On Fire Network is a news website and media company founded by yours truly back in 2012. What we do is made possible by your support. Click the link below. Head on over to ONFIRE-TV.com. Make a donation. Pick up some merch. Become a VIP member. Get some exclusive members-only content. You can always advertise on the Diamond K Show or any of our programs. Just hit me up, djdiamondk@gmail.com. djdiamondk@gmail.com. So prosecutors in the Hunter Biden case, they are denying defense push to keep the gun charge agreement in place. This thing has just been going on and going on. So there is this legal showdown over this plea deal that just blew up and just derailed for Hunter Biden. Now, it continued today as prosecutors are claiming that an agreement on a gun charge is dead, along with the rest of the deal, as the case makes a major shift into a special counsel investigation. Of course, we announced that the district attorney, Merrick Garland. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm glad that Merrick Garland is not on the Supreme Court. You know, I don't know about him, but he has appointed a special counsel. Now, since it has moved into this phase, the special counsel phase of the investigation, the agreement that was supposed to have wrapped up this years-long investigation of President Joe Biden's son basically came apart during a very rowdy and contentious court hearing last month. We talked about that. Prosecutors said that the two sides had continued to negotiate until the defense rejected their final counter proposal the day before U.S. Attorney David Weiss was asked to be named special counsel. Well, he wasn't asked to be named. He asked to be named. Very interesting, right? Most of the time you think that the special counsel is appointed. But in this instance, they say the special counsel was like, hey, what y'all doing? Oh, nothing. I want to be special counsel. What's up with that? And they're like, you know what? You got that. You special counsel. Like, I don't know what's up with that. But attorneys for Hunter Biden have argued that prosecutors reneged on an agreement about tax charges and said a separate agreement sparing him prosecution on a gun charge remained valid. That seems kind of strange. So they had one agreement for the tax charges, another agreement for the gun charge. I don't know. It probably was all together. Now, the agreement on the gun charge also contained an immunity clause against federal prosecution for some other potential crimes. Of course, that whole thing is gone. Now, here's my thing. Democrats are not saying that, what you're charging Hunter Biden with is not fair. This is prosecution. No, they're not saying none of that. They're saying that if you investigate Hunter Biden and he is found to be guilty, then he should be punished. And if you investigate Donald Trump and you find that he's guilty, then he should be punished, right? Democrats are saying, and independents are saying across the board, they did something wrong. They both come from rich families. They did something wrong, and they go to the trial and they found guilty by a jury of their peers. Then they should be punished. But Republicans will say, "Oh no, Donald Trump can't be punished for nothing." It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Both of these guys, Hunter Biden and Donald Trump, if they are found guilty, they should be punished. I mean, it ain't like really hard. It's not like rocket science. I don't understand the fascination or why it is so difficult for folks to hold these people accountable for their actions. I don't see what the fascination is. Now, parents of an 11-year-old young black boy who was assaulted by a white lady at a community pool has filed a lawsuit against the woman, claims that she also pulled their daughter's hair and called them the N-word and was acting like a real N-word. Okay, so some justice could be on the verge of being served.
Apartment manager caught on camera appearing to assault a child at the pool. She has been arrested, and police say the boy wasn't the only victim. Good evening, I'm Chad Silber.
And I'm Julie Luck. The manager reportedly asked the kids who did not live at the apartment complex to leave. Video of the tense moments, including a drink poured on the 11-year-old, sparked outrage online. WFMY News 2's Giselle Thomas spoke to the family involved.
62-year-old Kimberly Jennings was charged with 2 counts of simple assault on a child under 12. Tenants at Sedgefield Garden Apartments say they managed the apartment, for about 3 years. Now, the family involved lived nearby, but not at the complex, and say they would regularly visit the privately owned pool.
She untwists the Coke bottle and starts splashing it on me. Then she hits me twice, like here and here.
That's how 11-year-old Jace Leary describes what happened with an apartment complex manager Wednesday.
The parents of the young man, he was physically assaulted and drenched in soda by this white woman. They have filed this federal lawsuit, and according to documents, the woman involved, Kimberly Jennings, is facing charges of discrimination, assault and battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The parents, Joel and Robert Uri, are also going after the apartment complex and the real estate company for damages as well. So you remember the initial incident. Jennings reportedly got upset with the 11-year-old and his 8-year-old sister for using the pool at the apartment complex that she manages. Now, the two then made an attempt to leave the premises, but instead the boy was slapped multiple times with the baking soda poured on him, and the young girl's hair was reportedly pulled, followed by a slap. The Uris also revealed in documents that Jennings told their son he was acting like a real N-word. The Jennings were reportedly arrested on assault charge in that incident, but the parents say that their kids are still affected by what happened. See, Jennings was arrested. And so they are taking this further, as they should. The way that the lady behaved was horrible, and she definitely should be held accountable for those actions. Definitely should be held accountable. Former President Barack Obama's brother calls him a snake on Twitter. It's one of those things that all family members do not get along, and for a long time he just been hating. He has been hating on his brother, and so I'm not surprised to hear about this happen every time.
Terry T Productions presents White on the Water, the citywide all-white affair at the Baltimore Peninsula, 101 West Cromwell Street, Sunday, August 27, 5 to 10 p.m., featuring all the way from South Africa, the Grammy Award winner, Namsibo Sikote, performing her hit song, Jerusalem. Also, Lord Day performing his hit single, Ooh, Work It. Ooh, 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 ooh. Baltimore's hottest DJs will be on the wheel, all hosted by April Watts, Darren Big Status Peaks, and Stephen Bell. It's an open bar, y'all. All you can drink until 8 p.m.
Listen, this party is gonna be damn ridiculous.
Tables are just $400. Advance tickets $60. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite, M&K Music Warehouse, Security Mall, Silver Star Restaurant, 801 Bonaparte Avenue, Marshall's Music, 1946 West Pratt Street. For more info and table reservations, call 443-953-1966. It's White on the Water, the citywide, all-white affair, featuring all the way from South Africa, the Grammy Award winner, Namsibo Nicote, performing her hit song, Jerusalem. This is another Terry T production. You already know it's gonna be lit.
What's up, Baltimore? This your guy, the legendary DJ Terry T. Thank you for your continued support.
Welcome back. You man Diamond K in here, the Diamond K Show. It looks like Tiffany Haddish has a new show concept that is coming to a TV near you. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Tiffany Haddish is producing a new show about successful women dating homeless men. That is right. Now, per the outlet, she was inspired to produce the show because she once experienced homelessness. I experienced homelessness myself and found that there was a stigma on it that I don't think should be there, she explained. Everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves to have someone supporting them and caring for them, not necessarily carrying them all the way. It's really important for people to make sure that they know that, because it's really hard to be homeless. So many people are isolated and living in the streets alone. It is unclear if Chloe and Tristan will be joining the cast, as she is currently housing him as her roommate for now. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's gonna be like one of those fairy tale movies and have a happy ending. But I don't know if this is gonna work. Like I don't know if this is gonna be a big money maker for Tiffany Haddish. Is this something that you would want to see? Would you sit down and watch a show like this where folks are finding love with successful women, are finding love with homeless folks? I don't know if that is the best. I don't know if that's the best use of things or not. But some thieves have, looted Nordstrom, the third flash mob robbery in LA County within 1 week. That is crazy. Okay. So last week, a group of 40 criminals pulled up to the YSL store at the American in Glendale, California, before getting away scot-free with over $300,000 of luxury designer merchandise. Now, this week, another masked group pulled off a daring heist about 30 minutes away from Topanga Mall in Canoga Park. Now, actions like this have been, just on the rise. It's just been a repetitive thing. Now, LA County is now considered the epicenter for flash mob robberies. The incident at Topanga Mall, just got a response from the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, who, along with many other residents of LA County, have become frustrated with state regulations that discourage employees from stopping criminal acts in progress. Now, what happened today at the Nordstrom in the Topanga Mall is absolutely unacceptable, the mayor wrote. Those who committed these acts and acts like it are in neighboring areas and must be held accountable. The Los Angeles Police Department will continue to work to not only find those responsible for this incident, but to prevent these attacks on retailers from happening in the future. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, this is getting out of hand. And when they start talking like this, I think that law enforcement is going to start taking it to the next level. I really hope that folks get this in order and just stop, because the mayor and whoever else she brings in is not it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. We need to stop this. Now, a very disappointing update to a story that we told you about a little while ago, like 2 days ago. So over the weekend, a 20-year-old man shot and killed Brooklyn Dior, who's 18 years old, at her job at Home Depot in Pensacola, Florida. Now, at the time, police knew that the attack was targeted, but did not know to what extent. It is now being revealed that the shooter and the victim were in a relationship. They shared a 2-year-old child together. It's also being revealed that the shooter's own mother helped him carry out this tragic murder. Now, according to WEAR News, Sheila Agee, 50 years old, helped her son, Keith, who's 20, kill Brooklyn Dior inside a local Home Depot. Investigators were able to retrieve text messages between the mother and son that explicitly show that Sheila was fully aware of Keith's attempt to kill Brooklyn, and even telling him where to find Brooklyn inside of the store. In these messages, Keith says, she ain't a nun, but cost me money and gave me a blank. I'm fine just shooting her. I don't know. I hate that for daughter. But like I said, I can't take it. I don't give a F no mo. In which Sheila replied, okay, I'll call you and tell you, MF, if you want to go to jail, I'll tell you when we get close. But if you don't come kill her, you just a MFB. This was his mother. Saddest part about this is that the WEAR News crew captured Sheila at Brooklyn's balloon release to celebrate her life hours before she was arrested in connection to this murder. She's being charged with first-degree premeditated murder, aggravated battery. Brooklyn's brother, Breland Carter, told the station that the couple had a history of domestic violence, and Brooklyn had already taken Keith to court for abuse, but unfortunately, she lost her life at the hands of her abuser. This is just a terrible story. The mother, I can't even believe that the mother would show up to the balloon release knowing that she had played a hand in her death. So this mother and son from Florida plot the murder of the man's ex, who's also the mother of his child, at a Home Depot. So the sheriff's office announced the arrest of the 50-year-old Sheila Agee last night. Sheila is the mother of Keith Agee, as I said, who shot and killed 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims at Home Depot. 2 other people were also injured in that incident. The sheriff's office addressed the incident in a release, revealing that the text message showed that Sheila had helped her son coordinate the killing. And the statement from the sheriff's office read that investigators discovered that the mother of the suspect, Keith Agee, knew and helped him coordinate the murder. So the murder itself is just unbelievable. But to know that the mother knew about it and helped coordinate it it's almost incomprehensible. What kind of world? What kind of mother would do that? So now her and her son thugging it out, And who knows what's going to happen here. Thugging it out. This woman helping. I can't believe it. It is. It's always something. Always something. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. Of course, ONFIRE-TV.com. Radio on Fire is where you go. I am here weekdays, 6 p.m. Of course, you can check us out anywhere you get your podcast. Just search The Diamond K Show. So last thing before we get out of here, Tracy Morgan has credited Ozempic for his recent weight loss. So he is the latest celebrity to admit to using Ozempic for weight loss. He spoke about using the medication while on the Today with Hoda and Jenna show.
On your body and on your health?
No, that's Ozempic. That's how this weight got lost.
You're not. Are you really on Ozempic?
Ozempic.
No, you're not.
We ain't got one of those papers to get you get
prescription?
Medicine?
Yeah. Prescription.
We ain't got a prescription, and I got Ozempic.
No, you did.
I ain't letting it go. Not even for you, Jim. Like hijacking a plane. There's always some dude that wants to, when the pilot have a heart attack or something, there's always some dude that's going to land the plane. Yeah. He's talking to the dude in the tower. Yeah. And now we're going to help you land this big baby, Jim.
Wait,
Jim.
Wait, are you really on Ozempic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I take Ozempic.
You look great.
Every Thursday.
All right. Thank you, Trace. All right.
Cuts my appetite in half.
Wow. Well, you look good, Trace.
I only eat half a bag of Doritos.
Tracy's oh my God, Tracy, special. You're hilarious. Tracy.
So I don't know about that. Let's see what this is. Let's find out what this is. So all right. So according to the Google machine, it is obviously it is a medication, and so we're looking at this, and about 42% of American adults are obese, says the CDC, and for years people have been trying all sorts of methods of medications to search for the perfect weight. And so this medication was approved in 2017 by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for use in adults with type 2 diabetes. So this is a diabetic drug. And it says, according to this health website, it says that it can help people lose weight, which can reduce the risk for many other serious health conditions, such as heart problems. It can also be used as an alternative to bariatric surgery for some patients who are obese. The degree of weight loss achieved with surgery is usually much greater and lasts longer than with medications. Experts still recommend that people avoid using Ozempic unless they have type 2 diabetes. Instead, talk to your healthcare provider about doing something better. So it is a diabetic drug, and please don't take that unless you are prescribed by a doctor and you have type 2 diabetes. So he is a comedian, and they tend to try to be funny. Now, while he was, I guess, trying to be funny, he was letting ladies know that he was serious while he was still, throwing some humor out there. But folks need, don't take, unless you're prescribed by a doctor, do not take any diabetic drug, please. It is the last thing that we need. Is for that to happen. So I don't know. I am going to be back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Of course, The Diamond K Show is an On Fire TV production. You can join me as I unpack news and issues affecting America. The Diamond K Show streaming at ONFIRE-TV.com or wherever you get your podcasts. I am here and we are going to talk about it, whatever it is. All right. Now, On Fire TV, of course, is a news website and a media company founded in 2012 by yours truly, Diamond K. What we do is made possible by your support. So click the link below to help us out. Head on over to ONFIRE-TV.com, make a donation, buy some merch, become a VIP member, get exclusive member-only content. Businesses can always sponsor the Diamond K Show or any of the On Fire-TV programs. Just contact me, djdiamondk at gmail.com, djdiamondk at gmail.com.